Well, good evening, folks. This is Al Flowers. I'll stand by. I got something special for you. Of course not. Yeah. Um, Come on, man. There you have it. The Romeo from New York, Mario Como, the darling of the Midway, touchy-feely, right out of Joe's playbook. I wonder if he felt the same way when he had Tara Reid pinned up against the wall, according to her. You don't hear much about that anymore, of course. Nothing to see here, folks. Just another female that got, violated by a politician. He just happens to have a little D next to his name. He gets the big free pass. Wonder what, Romeo Como is going to be doing, since everyone is so enthralled with his, sexual manhood. All these giddy progressive reporters can't hardly wait to cover that big, strong Italian guy. It's unbelievable. This guy, 11 women already, and there's more behind this as the actual scuttlebutt that's coming up. This guy should be in jail, not only for, we have the card flipped around a little bit. I mean, how many people did he kill by putting COVID patients in nursing homes in New York? I don't know. Some estimates are between 13,000 and 15,000. That's right up there, man. That's serial killer material there. But nobody says anything. He says, no, I didn't do any of that. Trump got him the USS Comfort to be parked right in New York Harbor, didn't even use it. Why not? He's trying to control his own population in his state. These people are used up. They're no good to us now. No, vote. We don't need their vote. They're not paying taxes anymore. They're in these nursing homes. Might as well load them up. Might as well send some of these typhoid Mary types over there and let them settle in. But, that's the way it goes. Governor of New York gets a big pass, big playboy, and has a lot to say, him and his brother on CNN. They're two paisans from way back, two Romeos. What are you going to do? You can't do anything now because the progressives have control of the media. That's number one, sort of like in Cuba. I mean, we're lucky to have this going on. I'm surprised this hasn't been electronically jammed out off the stations. It's coming, though. It's coming. I just thought I'd play that for you. Joe's, he'll forget about what he just actually said. About an hour later, I'm sure he forgot all about it. But, what are you going to do? It's, this dopey government we have right now, you can't trust anybody. Got my man Jeff just walked in. His son Joey's birthday. Happy birthday, Joe. What is he, a big what? How old is the guy now?
big 18 today.
Oh my goodness gracious!
How about that?
Yeah. Did you get him signed up for the selective service? I hope. Right?
Didn't get him down yet today. Probably tomorrow.
You just get him on the run.
Selective service and vote. Right? You got to register to vote.
Register to vote twice. Tell them to fill out the form 5 or 6 times. Why not? Why not?
Dad, I got these 15 absentee ballots. What do I do?
They gave me a whole pack of these things and said, just change the letter of your last name.
Nothing is a year. Oh my goodness. How big a fellow are you?
Oh man.
Sorry I'm late to class.
Man, I'll tell you, that's okay. You had the best excuse because you were with the best family on the planet.
I ate way too much.
Where'd you go?
Well, it was Joey's request, so we went to Japanese hibachi tonight, the sake house right here in Bluffton.
Oh yeah, very nice.
And I opted for the special, which lobster and shrimp and scallop and steak.
Nice,
so,
attaboy.
And about 3 extra heapings of fried rice.
Nice.
Way too much.
Easy, we'll be in jail. You can't even make a joke anymore.
Yeah, thought police will get you. Right.
Yeah, that unconscious bias. I didn't even know I was thinking about that. See, I told you.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Off you go. So long. With the rest in the gulag up there in the correctional facility.
Now, here's what you got ahead of you. You got to make this, see this big rock? You got to make it into small rocks. Yeah.
Seems easy enough. Right?
That'll teach you. Yeah. Sort of like the Uyghurs in China, except what they do with those folks, ladies and gentlemen, is they just put them to sleep with that Michael Jackson juice, knock them out, and then they take whatever they want, whatever organ they choose,
or plural.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today it's a la carte kidneys, and you know what? We're going to take your heart too.
Yeah. We got a special. We're running a package deal. I mean, it's nothing.
Highest transplant surgeries in the world, but lowest in terms of volunteer organ donors. You figure that one out. Something doesn't make sense.
Indeed.
I got hair legs.
Yeah, there's it's about as much as many volunteers for that as there are for the Portland Police Department recruiting station. I hear it's like the Maytag repairman out there. No one in their right mind wants to work in law enforcement in these democratically run cities. And I do not blame them one bit. I put kind of like a cryptic message on the crawler today. I just was kind of like rushing through it. But the point of it is that at Pelosi's direction, these Capitol police officers, or the whole department, is being dispatched to different major cities. One that I know of for sure is Tampa Bay, and I'm sure it's going to be sprinkled in and out of throughout the country. Now, what is a local PD doing, getting dispatched by the Speaker of the House and getting fortified with federal funds and using federal surveillance equipment to surveil its own citizens? Just think back maybe about, let's say 50 years. Who used to do this a lot? The KGB. So, I mean, all these meetings with Putin, we have got to, do something with this, these people. I mean, we are being surveilled as free Americans by these tyrannical maniacs that are in progressive Democrats that are in power. I mean, if that doesn't interest you, and you better, mind your P's and Q's, keep your opinions to yourself. It's no longer a free country. We're going down that avenue. And I don't want to take that road. I'll take the narrow road. Thank you very much. One of our Facebook listeners just chimed in and said she just returned from San Antonio. She said Austin is very bad with the Delta strain. It's a flu outbreak. Of course it is. This Delta strain. I don't know if they're masked up. I wish she would call in. That would be a great interview. Respond to her, will you, producer, and just ask her if she'd call in. I'd love to hear what's going on down there. I'm sure they're losing their mind.
Yeah.
They probably got masks on dogs, on newborn babies, everybody. You know, this.
Well, the strain's highly transmissible. We know that, right? So, but
It's a
Yeah,
one-day
so-
bump. It's a one-day bump.
Yeah.
Everybody's you know, if you've had it before, it's a one-day deal. You wake up, you get a snotty nose, you feel kind of grummy.
how many times have you had the influenza in your lifetime?
Oh, I don't know. Plenty.
Really? See, I've only had it once,
I mean,
and I was deathly sick. I was in Air Force Reserves. I was over in Germany, and I remember that specifically because for 2 days, man, I felt like death warmed over.
oh, and you're talking about influenza, like
Influenza. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
well, I'm
we're
talking
really,
about the flu, the common cold. I mean,
Yeah, no,
I'm not-
I'm just,
I'm
I
not
guess the variations. This is probably the late '90s. But whatever variant that it was, it was terrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, mine never felt so bad. In fact, I remember going to the hospital to get my temperature under control. But I know it seems like I know more and more people now, friends, family, distant, acquaintances,
sure.
that someone in their family has got, recently gotten sick. A couple that ended up in the hospital because of their O2 levels dropped, with this respiratory virus. Is it dangerous? Yeah, we know it is. But are we going to lock down the entire country again because of it?
There are medicines that prevent this.
Yes.
Um,
Minerals too.
Right.
Zinc,
right. I
take
mean,
vitamin C, D3,
exactly.
drink plenty of water, get some extra, wash your
What's
hands.
the names of all these? Your
Therapeutics, there's 3 of them. Well, and I know one friend that actually he was prescribed ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, right? HCQ. Remember this when Trump said it last year and they came after him, attacked him.
oh yeah,
Budesonide. There's also some newer treatments that are coming out. I don't have my show notes up, but the CDC is even coming out with some cocktail variants to
Yeah.
help treat this as well.
right. What?
So
Well, there's a circle of the hip kids, the hip scientists, like the Fauci and his clique. They're the only ones that anybody's
They're-
listening to.
yeah, they're the ministry of truth.
Yeah, right.
They've got the monopoly on truth apparently.
We got just as many doctors, scientists, PhDs, Harvard, you name it,
Right.
Stanford, from every pillar to post. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're saying the opposite thing that Fauci is, but nobody's listening to these people. They're being censored.
Right.
I mean, it's absolutely incredible.
Well, it seems like Fauci flips every other day.
Well, wait, the weather vane. It's like the weather vane. Wherever you can get most
This way's north.
traction. Yeah, right.
No, that
right.
way's north. That's
Oh,
south.
he's cashing in. This cat is going to be cashing in. You wait and see. These people are all about the power and the dollar. And now they want us to be a global currency. I'm telling you, it's coming, folks. You better hold on to your tickets. Hold on to your Constitution. Hold on to your freedom like it was a lifeline, like you were hanging over the abyss. Because if they cut us loose and they say there's no more Constitution, we just decided to rewrite it. What are you going to do? Your local card game is, not the place to be worrying about it. Then you need to get out and call your representative. Make sure that they understand that you want them to protect your freedoms. And if you don't, then
And most of them aren't going to do it, of course.
right. But then you don't have any. You lose your license to bitch, quite frankly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been saying all along. I think this is kind of the test run. Get ready for the real pain that's coming. I hate to be a doomsdayer, but I really believe that this is kind of where we're getting set up. My concern is we had to hear until mid-August, especially a lot of the things that are heating up. The propaganda media has a really good way of controlling the narrative. And Squirrel, look over here. They're very good at this.
Sure.
So we've got a couple things coming up. Mike Lindell's symposium, Cyber Symposium coming up here, 10th, 11th, and 12th, I believe, of August, up in South Dakota. The Maricopa County issue out there. I think maybe you've been following this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's they finally, I guess, they're going to start arresting these senators that are sitting on the subpoenas.
Well, yeah, they gave it to Brnovich, the AG.
Yeah.
And I believe a whistleblower also came forth
Right.
from Dominion.
They gave up the passwords, folks.
He actually
sung like a canary.
He pulled the curtain back and gave a little peek behind what's really going on.
Right.
Totally dissolves that whole narrative that Chris Krebs and this CISA guy that said it was the most secure election in the history of the United States.
Sure.
The house of cards it will be tumbling down. So that's what I'm saying. Be careful for whatever the next wave is. Now, you can call me a fruitcake or conspiracy theorist, and that's fine. I don't have my tinfoil hat on right now.
Yeah.
But I will tell you.
You look very handsome in it,
Thank
by
you.
the way.
One of the things that you'll recognize, as you said, it's interesting how the next wave of we joke around, call it the tri-lambda variant or whatever, are these. Yeah, of course. We said this the other night when Big Joe called on the phone from Ashtabula. We were talking about virology. I'm not a virologist, but from an engineering perspective, I study things enough to where I can understand enough to get myself into trouble. And what we're seeing here, like you said, with therapeutics, it's a virus, folks.
Yeah, right.
It thrives on finding a host, transmissibility. That's what happens.
Right.
Now, is it serious? Yeah. For some people, it can be very serious. It can lead to death. And I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm trying to say that this. You talk about following the science. They say, well, this is what truth versus fiction. Get a vaccine. Then it's like, well, even if you have been vaccinated or unvaccinated, you still have to wear a mask. Is that going to be one mask or two masks? Social distancing, all this other stuff. We got to shut everything down. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Here we are. How many months later?
Yeah, right.
The initial shutdown devastated the economy.
Right.
And remember all the whole logistics supply chain. I mean, good luck trying to find a fill in the blank. I mean, new car, use that because there's so many electronics and all these chips. Well, we're made over in China. And it really has thrown a monkey wrench in the whole supply chain issue. So I'm just praying that whatever is going to come out, again, to my point, whatever they are going to try to throw at us to distract us, to get your attention, to not look over here. It's the faint move, right?
Sure.
So listen, my faith is still in the Lord, and that's what I do every day. You could become a pessimist really quick.
Yeah.
In a situation such as this, right?
Oh, absolutely. The thing that I'd like to see, quite frankly, is, I do appreciate like Lindell, like some of these, forensic people that come out and start discussing even your point of view and your level of knowledge as far as how this all happens, and this one does this and this hooks into this.
Yeah.
I think we have to go, you have to calm it down with all the technical stuff. I think we have to get right to the point and put it in layman's terms, that people can understand, like when their computer goes out, they're ready to throw it out the window. Or, that
I've been there before.
Yeah, sure. But I think that if we make a push on a grassroots level to talk about how this last election was manipulated and how it all works on a big whiteboard, where people can understand that. Like, I'm not saying that people are stupid or anything like that.
No,
I mean, I would just rather be able to give people a grasp of the fundamentals of what went wrong than to try to, get involved with some of these technical terms that even puzzle me sometimes.
Oh, I honestly agree. And I think here's my, I'll try to simplify. I'm a simple man, like Leonard Skinner says. When I look at across the board and what we've been studying for a while, and Lori has done the deep dive and the research and engaged the right. And I will tell you, there are many layers to the steal, to the fraud. It didn't happen overnight, folks. And I am guilty of this simple fact. Giving those that have been, those in authority, let's say, Board of Elections, State Election Commission, I'm not saying that there was always a particular person was nefarious, but over time, what we start to see is a situation where which, let's say 10, 15 years, when they start taking things such as the voter registration list and they're not being cleaned properly, right? There is a potential for fraud there. So what you start building is this swag into a system, and it grows more and more, and you have that's more susceptible to fraud.
Right.
When they injected the electronic, and that's the electronic system
Different animal.
is just a different animal, right?
Right.
So the old school, remember where you used to have the paper ballots and put it in the machine and drop the lever, it was pretty cut and dry, right?
Yeah.
So, my take on this is there are so many things. So the absentee ballots that went out,
that was nuts.
Multiple scanning of ballots or the same ballot.
Extension of voting.
People that really weren't registered to vote legally,
Right.
What about the changing of the law? So those are just some of the layers down here. When you get into the high technical stuff, like Mike Lindell and those technical experts are going to talk about the PCAPs and all this stuff.
Right.
That's a different level. And I think when you look at even here, let's focus like on South Carolina locally, just to give an example. Captain Seth Keshel, former captain, did an incredible job with just looking at the trends, okay? And I think that's it from an analytics standpoint. Most people can look at a graph or a pie chart and say, oh, why is that? When you start looking at it just from a 30,000 foot level,
right?
People here, such as maybe Nancy Mace or Lindsey Graham or Tim Scott. I'll use Tim because I used to really like Tim a lot. But they're like, oh, there's really nothing to see here. Even the GOP establishment, everything was great. We won. Granted, great, we did win. But that doesn't mean there wasn't some fraudulent activity occurring. When you look at a few of the counties that Seth pointed out, Seth Keshel, you start to see that there are some trends that analytically, statistically, they don't make sense at all.
Yeah, right.
So you have to scratch your head, and there's nothing wrong with questioning that.
Yeah.
I think everyone out there that's eligible and can legally vote would want to make sure that their vote counts, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's what this movement is all about. The November 3rd movement is, listen, Time Magazine came out with that piece and basically said, hey, we fortified the election. Oh, they fortified it, all right. They stole it. And I think it goes back, if you want to look at 2016, again, simplistically, why was Hillary all excited with this big party? Now, remember this, they were ready to go. Something happened. The algorithm, that variable, whatever you want, to help shave off that lead, it broke because Trump, that national populist movement, the MAGA movement, was a lot bigger than what they had anticipated.
Sure.
And so they had the time to really prep it for 2020. Add the pandemic or plandemic into that, and you've got a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Which where we are right now. Censorship, tyranny. I had to listen to Joe yesterday talking about, he basically insults it. We're just dumb commoners. We know nothing.
Exactly.
He has a hard time remembering that he's the president. But other than that, it's all good. I mean, come on, man. But I think simplistically to your point, we're coming to a break, but ultimately the evidence is there. This cognitive dissonance that most people are experiencing. I know it's been like Twilight Zone for so long.
Right.
Think about it. March of 2020, we started going into this Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
We haven't stepped out of it.
Exactly.
And when you look at January 6th, I remember sitting here with you.
Right.
We were all excited maybe something big was going to happen. Something big happened, all right.
Yeah, right.
I'm not calling it the insurrection, but an event happened, and they have, again, captured on that narrative. And boy, they will take that ball and run with it, the progressive, the left, the Marxist, the socialist.
And what disappoints me, Jeff, is that where are the Republicans besides guys like Jordan and
yeah, I've lost my faith in the system, honestly.
Right.
I think that the Republicans are just as much to blame, if not more. And what I mean by that is the Republican in name only, or the establishment, let's say the types that get into office.
Right.
Are they looking out for Al, Jeff, and the rest of their constituents in the 1st Congressional District? No. They're looking out, as you said before, it's a Ponzi scheme, man.
Right.
And I don't want to be so sarcastic or hyperbolic in terms of but I'm painting the picture for you.
Yep.
These folks do not have your interests at heart. What do? They're focused on themselves.
Yeah.
And that the whole game, as it relates to politics, is about raising money, campaigns. I asked, like, Republican Party, I donated to them after the 2020 election. What did they do with all that money? They said they were going to help out the, look into this or that. What did they do with all that?
Yeah, where is that
dollars?
cash?
Where's all the cash? So to me, I think the Republicans are more to blame. We know what the Democrat Party does.
Yeah, right.
We know they've been doing it well for a long time.
Well,
But the Republicans, shame on you. Shame on you all. Now, there are a few good people, Louis Gohmert and others, his
Right.
ilk.
right.
They're doing a great job. Ted Cruz, maybe, sometimes he stands up, but sometimes I think it's mostly pontificate. Rand Paul, I think, has been carrying his own water. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Well, he's got that big axe to grind with Fauci in it.
Well, and he took, the guy's getting beaten up, nearly almost dead, he
Right.
collapsed lung and everything. His neighbor, the taxed.
Right.
So I used to really like Trey Gowdy. I liked him. But,
I did too, but now guess where he is?
Yeah.
Making millions of dollars with Fox News.
He said the heck with this. I'm going to go, again, making the money.
Making the money.
Listen, it's a whole system. The guys that I used to really enjoy listening to, Sean Hannity and Bill O'Reilly, all these guys, they don't do anything except talk. And Mark Levin, I like Mark. I read his new book over on vacation, American Marxism. But you know what? These guys talk a big talk, but they don't act, because the activity is here locally. It's you and me.
Right.
It's the other constituents.
Right.
It's people that are getting involved and saying, no, not on my watch, man.
Oh, we got a lot of upcoming, slots open for new people, new blood to jump into, especially in this town.
Yeah.
I would love to see somebody challenge some of these guys that are on the town council right now. I mean, I don't live in Bluffton. I don't have the complexion, the
you're
personality to get in there and listen to somebody tell me it's raining, but they're actually peeing on my pant leg. I don't want to do
It goes back to what George Washington really felt in his heart of a citizen politician. People should be involved with politics.
Right.
If not you, who?
Right.
Who's going to step up?
Well, I agree with that. This is where, I feel very strongly about term limits.
I agree.
Absolutely. It's a 2-term limit is it. 4 years, that's all you get.
Yeah.
You don't get to park it and go from making $175,000 a year to making $15 million a year.
Yeah.
Over a 4-year span. That doesn't, people want to complain about people, owners of corporations making bonus money and all that. These cats are making, it's like an ATM.
Yeah.
And they're flying around in private jets, paid for by lobbyists. And then you wonder why they vote the way they do.
Yeah.
Come on, we got to get these idiots out. Joe Biden was an idiot. He's been an idiot for most of his life. He hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
They drag him in because he was a willing player. He was a mark.
They know how to
He
play
was
the
a
game.
John. That's all he was, a trick.
Yeah.
The DNC dragged him out of the gutter and said, okay, come on, Joe, we're going to put you in you're going to go be able to pitch in the big leagues now. Oh, I am? Yeah. You got to pick this Kamala lady, though. Okay, easy peasy. I got so much experience, nobody will touch me. Think about that for a second. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Beaufort County Sheriff's Office, Major Bob Bromwich, and we're going to be talking about, and Lieutenant Adam, about emergency management. Hurricane season's on us, man. So let's do something about that, get educated, get spun up, schooled up, so we can take care of each other if that shall occur. I hope it doesn't, knock on wood, and pray to God. We'll be right back. You're listening to TalkOne Radio. Man, I'm trying a popcorn fart today. You want anything to drink? You want coffee?
I'm good. I have to grab some water here in a little bit. My mouth's drier than a popcorn fart.
Don't let this happen to you. dog.
Hey, thanks, buddy. So how are things going today?
Oh, great, man. Things are great. Great. Got a lot done today. Got Linda says no, she's not hearing the commercials.
Oh, boy.
Sons of bitch, anyway.
Sons, puppy dogs. Excuse me. Oh man, I feasted way too much. Whew.
I'm gonna have to recycle this here right in the middle of this.
No problem. Do what you gotta do, buddy. Shark bites lifeguard off a Hilton head, huh? Tips to reduce your chance of getting attacked. How about not go swimming in the ocean?
Hold on. She says that our mics are live again.
Oh man. Gonna have to reboot.
Well, I don't want to do that right now. Our stuff is going on over. Okay, folks, we're back. Looks like we're back with the gremlins too, but we'll do our best to fight through the.
They're back. Poltergeist. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Walk into the light.
At least we don't say too much bad stuff during.
No, wow. I don't know. I'm completely.
Burn the damn thing down. Right.
I'm completely dumbfounded here.
Some lighter fluid in the match, man. Burn it down. Burn it to the
It
ground.
just really it drives me nuts sometimes. It's a multi-channel. I mean, that's. Switch it over to that and see how that goes. I don't know. We'll go with. We'll just roll with it, man. You can't have everything. Anybody can work under ideal conditions. All right, here we go. Let's. We got the sheriff's office on board here. Let's get on the phone with them. It's always a pleasure to have them on. They take time out of their own lives to influence us and talk to us about what's going on. Major Bob Bromwich and Lieutenant Adam, welcome to the TalkOne radio show. How are you?
Al, how you doing?
We're doing great. We're doing great. We're trying to chase these electronic gremlins, all this high-tech software. It's great when it works,
Yeah, I was listening a little bit during the break. I was wondering if it was happy hour already. Sure.
No bourbon yet, Major, but how you doing? Good to have you both tonight with us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, very good. What's going on? What's news and new and improved in the sheriff's office over there?
Whole lot, actually.
All right, lay it on us. We're ready.
I'm striving to do things better as always, and brought Lieutenant Adam Zamar, who used to be in investigations with the sheriff's office. Now he's one of the managers of emergency management, which is also under the sheriff's office umbrella, but it's here to talk about hurricane preparation and all things hurricane.
All right.
Emergency management.
That's awesome. What does it look like this year? What are they talking about? 5 or 6 storms, possibly?
Oh, a little bit more than that. They actually just came out with their mid-season projections. When I say they, NOAA, and right now they're expecting about 13 to 14 storms, 7 to 10 of them named, and possibly 3 to 5 major, which means that they could be Category 3 or higher to impact the United States.
Wow.
So it's a significant season. Not as a record season as last year, but still above average, as they would say.
Yeah. We don't like those things, that's for sure.
No, those aren't always fun times for us.
And I'm sure, like with Matthew and all the other ones that we've had locally here, there's always a ton of lesson learns that go on through emergency management, I imagine. And
Absolutely. While the storms impacting Beaufort County do cause obviously problems for our citizens and community, they do provide invaluable training and experience for the personnel and first responders who have to provide services during them. They learn from them, they improve on them, and then hopefully it doesn't happen, but when another storm comes by, they are more ready to handle the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys get to do a lot of tabletop exercises, or is it just
Absolutely.
time for everyone?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with the COVID atmosphere, in-person exercises I don't want to say have gone by the wayside, but they're just not as frequent. Everyone looks forward to them because you get to kind of test what you plan for and train for outside of real world events. So, but we do frequently have them when they're available.
Nice.
And it provides a familiarity with other agencies and state, local governments working together. So when you see each other during a real emergency, it's not the first time.
Well, you guys, the command center is right there in the sheriff's office, correct?
Yes, it is. It's on the second floor right next to dispatch. It's the Emergency Operations Center.
Yeah. I know I'm working with the Red Cross as a government liaison type, so maybe someday you'll see me standing over there with a dumb look on my face.
No, absolutely. If you ever want to come up and take a tour of it, let us know, and we'll bring you up there and show you around all the fun stuff.
Yeah, that's nice of you to say that. Thanks. What can just most of our listeners do to prepare themselves if they have to bug out real quick?
You've already said the magic word, prepare. Have a plan before the storm comes. Know where your important documents are. Know which ones you want to take. If you choose to evacuate, know where you want to go. If it's to a family member's house, a relative out of state, a friend from college or times past, or even a hotel, have a plan. Specifically the hotel, don't just wait that day to make reservations or call because everybody else will be doing so. Already have one picked out, know the phone number, and you're ahead of the game.
Right. Lieutenant, what about firearms? Let's say somebody has several firearms that they need to transport with them. What do you recommend?
We hate to have people riding around in cars with firearms all the time, especially keeping those in the vehicle overnight.
Right.
Because we're seeing breaking into motor vehicles everywhere, record levels. So, one, lock your car, but have it in a lockable compartment. Trunk's a fine area to keep it if you're transporting firearms. But again, if you're staying at a hotel, make a plan to bring them inside for the night. We don't need more guns on the street.
There you go.
And follow the law. Read up on the law with every state. If you're going to go into Georgia, know what their laws are.
Yeah.
So do research ahead of time. And again, like Adam said, prepare. And part of that preparation, do a little bit of reading, do a little bit of research, especially if you're transporting firearms, pets. Make sure that if you're going to a hotel, they take pets.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. I was just wondering, the recommended way to transport them. Like, let's say, I got a bunch of buddies of mine. We go shooting at a club quite a bit. And, do you put them, of course, you make them all safe, and then you put them separate and aside from any ammunition. in the trunk of a car is a good place to transport her inside the SUV away from the reach of the driver.
Yeah, absolutely. Have them with a case with a lock on them too. Right, locked in a case is always good idea.
Okay. All right.
You can transfer them in and out of the car at that point too, without actually having to put a handgun in your waistband, which in most states is illegal as well.
Yeah, it's a bad look all the way around.
Absolutely, the John Wayne looks out.
It's nothing to joke about. What else do we? Do you get notification from the National Weather Service, or things start ginning up? Please don't tell me you watch Jim Cantori on the Weather Channel.
Oh, no, that's not one of my subscribers. We listen to accredited governmental sources, National Weather Service, NOAA, state EMD, to obtain our information, particularly the local National Weather Service in Charleston. They're our right-hand man when it comes to predicting and gaining information for weather-related events.
Right.
And also, that we like the public to stay informed through official sources as well. We have Nixle, we're on Nextdoor, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. They get all the information from the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office. They don't need to look around too much. If they want to follow the weather, they can follow the National Weather Service Charleston on their own. And we always put those in the advisories as well. But one thing we want to add tonight is we have a new 1833 number, hurricane hotline, that we're going to have information posted to that hotline regularly during a hurricane event. So if people want to just make a simple phone call and check in and see what the recorded message is for the day or for the hour, we're going to give you that number. And it's just another way to get information to the public to make it convenient for them.
Okay, you want to give that number now? So I'll write it down and I'll put it on the website.
It's 1-833-254-6400.
Okay, that's just a call in. You'll hear an updated.
You get a prompt to whatever agency you want to listen to. You got Beaufort County Sheriff's Office, which is emergency management. You've got Bluffton Police Department, Port Royal Police Department, Beaufort Police Department, the military bases in Beaufort, and then those are they'll be updating theirs as well. So they'll personalize their message to their particular municipality or again to the military bases. But we'll have an overview of what impacts you can expect in Beaufort County. In the event there's an evacuation, if there's a re-entry, that's where you'll get your instructions as well. In addition to Nixle and Nextdoor and Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, I think the Nixle deal is the best. I think that's awesome.
Do what?
I really appreciate that Nixle notifications.
Yes.
Don't forget our website, totally redesigned website, bcso.net, and there's all kinds of new features. We have a storm center on there where we're going to post the information from emergency management right there. So that's another place to get the information. And it gives you links to resources that you may need as well.
Yeah, I like the redesign, Major Bob. It looks great.
Thank you, sir. It's been quite a project for several months now, but Liz is not here tonight, but she did a fantastic job putting it together, coordinating with the vendor, and we look forward to getting more information up there.
Beautiful. What else can we talk about? How about medications? If people need medications, before they leave, is there some type of, I guess they got to cut their own deal with their doctor to get additional medications, or do you make any provisions for that?
Well, I don't know about making provisions for that because we can't dispense medication, but
Sure.
Again, it comes back to having a plan. If the official sources are saying in 5 days, 6 days out, that the storm could impact the southeast coast, it's a good idea to contact your doctor or pharmacy and re-up your prescription, just in case.
Right.
You have to leave and you aren't able to go to a local pharmacy for however long prescriptions due. It's better to have a little bit extra than none at all.
Yeah.
So it again comes down to preparation, paying attention to what's going on, and just getting out ahead of what's happening.
Right.
And stay off of social media where all the hype is as well, unless it's an official source on social media.
Yeah, a lot of people are swayed by by that social media, immediately they take off with some wrong information, and off they go.
Well, if there's something to be concerned about, we will let you know.
Yeah,
That's for sure. As you well know by now,
right on.
we're not shy about getting our information out there.
Right. It's awesome. Jeff, what do you got?
I was just wondering, in terms of, there's been I guess a lot of talk across the United States with our, defunding police departments and all that. How is the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office doing in terms of, I know Sheriff Tanner is usually pretty good about standing up and making sure, and we certainly support you all. How is the funding and how is everything going for the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office in terms of your operating budget and so forth? You guys all squared away?
We're squared away.
Perfect.
And there's no talk of defunding us or anybody, that's, well, a lot of talk about it, but we're not experiencing that here. And we have a great community here as well. So we got a very supportive community.
And recruiting's not a problem.
Well, recruiting is not a problem, but we are like any other agency in the United States. We're seeing the impacts of whether people don't want to go into law enforcement or we're competing with private industry to so many reasons. But we're down like anybody else is as far as getting people in the door.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear that you guys are doing well and being funded. That's important because we love you guys. You do serve the community and do it very well. So we thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, the sheriff's going to make sure we have what we need to operate. I assure you, there's never been any lack in his resolve to approach county council and fight for the budget. Again, they're very supportive as well. So we're not experiencing an issue.
Yeah, Sheriff Tanner's not up for election again, is he? He's got another couple of years.
Yeah, I thought we talked about that last time. Al, that he's up again next year.
Yeah,
and he is
next year.
running.
Yeah, next year.
Oh, hey, I got to write this stuff down, Bob.
Here, man. Close. Yeah, he is definitely. Yet again, we talked about the rumor last time. He may not be running. He is running again in 2022.
Nice. All right. Well, we'll be backing them all the way. You can count on us.
This is no time to change leadership. Consistency in law enforcement leadership is critical, especially a well-run, accredited, internationally accredited agency that we have.
Right.
We do the right thing.
Yeah, people want it. I'll tell you, folks don't quite understand when you're using that word accreditation. That's not an easy thing to attain. That's
not at all.
That's like doing a practical and a oral and a written test to meet your, get on the board, Bob. That's not an easy thing to do. So it's much appreciated that all that effort goes into it.
Right. We have our communication center, our dispatch is accredited as well, and our forensic services laboratory. So we look for accreditation in every discipline we have. Now,
wow.
Again, they come in and inspect. We operate on strong policy. When we talk about, you hear about the use of force and different policies throughout the United States, we already have those in place. So it's not all of a sudden something happens nationally and we have to react by changing policy. Our policy is solid. If we see that we need changes along the way, we make those changes, and it's been highly successful.
Yeah, that's it.
And we're proud of this agency. We're proud of our accreditation.
Oh, you should be.
2010 under Sheriff Tanner's leadership. So again, with good leadership, it's not a good time to change at all.
It's comes down to what they used to call PACE when I was in the Air Force. PACE, performance analysis by continuous evaluation.
Right.
You had to keep pace. If you didn't keep pace, you were out. Very simple.
Yep.
Yes.
We're keeping pace, I hope.
That away. That's why we love you, man.
I like that, Al. I like that.
There you go. Well, feel free to use it. No charge for the first.
The sheriff appreciates your support too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have him on sometime when he gets freed up. I know he's.
He wants to do the September one, so if you want to put him on for the September on your September schedule for wherever you have the sheriff's office,
oh, beautiful.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be awesome, man.
Well, we appreciate you guys now that we switched our broadcast times. We're in the evening. And so,
Yeah.
if you're on duty or off duty, but we appreciate everything that you do for us, and certainly having a chance to be on the broadcast with us as well.
Right. I mean, you're giving up your free time, obviously, just to make sure that people, and if you want to call in and talk to either one of these fine gentlemen from the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office, 1-843-800-1492. They're right here, right now. If you got something up your sleeve or sitting on a tack about something, now's the time to call in and, get it right from the horse's mouth, folks.
And the other thing I wanted to say real quick, and Major Bob he mentioned this, but I love the new website. If you have any questions with regard to our local Beaufort County Sheriff's Office, take some time, if you're listening or if you're hearing this on an archive show, go visit the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office website. It's BCSO, Beaufort County Sheriff's Office, bcso.net. You're going to love the new layout and look. It's they did an incredible job. Plenty of links out there. I won't say too much more about it other than public information. You can see traffic cameras. It's got all the information, as Major Bob said. The Storm Center, really, really nice resource from preparedness, evacuation information, community resources. They also mentioned this last time, the Citizens Police Academy, which I think it's full now, but I'm going to sign up for that next time.
I'll tell you, I've been to it. It's awesome.
But
absolutely,
there's
awesome.
there's so many resources. Major Bob, I'm sorry to step on you, but I just want to say, listen, if you haven't seen it yet, folks, please go take a look at the website, bcso.net. It is incredible. So kudos to you all. It looks fantastic. And certainly as a citizen myself, I absolutely like being able to turn to your website for more information. So there you go.
Well, we just put up a crime to court section on that on our website that kind of explains the criminal justice process and the various responsibilities. So I think people find that informative. It's
that's
to the
awesome.
point. Gives people a better understanding what our job is as law enforcement, and what the court system's job is, and of course what corrections job is as well.
You have data and statistics here. You've got open records. Yep. Another big thing is some people they succumb to the scams, right? There's a lot of scams out there today on the internet. I see you got information on what the latest and greatest are in scams. So a lot of useful, very helpful information for the folks here in Beaufort County.
Right. A lot of people don't understand that the sheriff's office does not run the jail, correct?
That's one of the biggest confusing parts of having a sheriff's office. Up north, other parts of the country, essentially they run the jails and do court processes and provide courthouse security. Of course, we do courthouse security here. We do civil process, but we do not have the jail.
Right.
That's the one difference. A lot of sheriff's offices in South Carolina, Charleston County, Jasper County, they do run the jail as well, but we do not. It's under county administration.
That's on another budget line, right?
That's right. That's not our budget.
There you go. So, we're not just the justice system today. I don't know. It's it's like twirling plates, but you never know what you're going to get half the time. They're letting these murderers out in New York City. It depends on what the flavor of the prosecutors are. I don't know. It's very troubling to me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
how's the overall morale and welfare? As we were alluded to this earlier, but how was it amongst the ranks within our sheriff's department?
It's good. I mean, it's good. I mean, they're maintaining. Again, we're not really impacted by what's going on nationwide as far as national conversation of defund the police. We're not seeing that locally here in Beaufort County, so that's not a morale killer.
That's good to hear.
I mean, it's a tough job. The men and women here do a great job for the sheriff's office and our municipal law enforcement as well.
Yeah, they are brave warriors, every one of them, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, that life has passed me by, but I'm telling you, when I see these young folks out there on the road, I mean, I feel for them, because it's one of the toughest jobs in America today, especially with the atmosphere that we have to work under, or they have to work under.
Well, it's a challenging career, and they're working through it. I mean, they're happy to do it. We've got some, like I said, great men and women working for the sheriff's office.
Right.
But again, going back to whether the criminal justice system affects morale or the process, I recommend reading up on our crime courtroom section of our website. It's got a lot of good information. Explains what our role is. Oftentimes we're asked, why is this person back on the street? Well, those answers are there. We've got statistics and data. So it's kind of a call to action that, we need to see some improvements in our system for sure.
Right. Do you have a civilian oversight of the sheriff's office?
No, sir, we don't.
Yeah, I know.
No, we're constantly engaging with the community. We
Right.
definitely take into account their concerns. And if need be, changes are made, again, as the sheriff warrants or dictates.
Yeah, I mean, we can't expect someone that got nicked for speeding, they're not going to be happy. So they might write, a scathing email or what have you. That goes on. But for the most part,
we get those. We definitely get those.
Yeah, well,
but again, if there's community concern, the sheriff engaged the community as does his staff, and
right.
we bring the concerns back and try to find a solution.
Let me ask Adam a question, because get back to this emergency management. Do you guys go out and do any, I know COVID is a big impact, but some briefings to some communities, or about just kind of like giving a soft briefing about evacuation routes, things to take, just things like what we talked about, medications, how to transport your weapons if you have any, the seriousness of leaving when you're told get out.
Absolutely we do. We hold several conversations, forums, community engagements, generally a lot with POAs throughout the county, churches as well. We even do Home Depot would have fairs generally right before hurricane season, where we'd have a booth outside handing out information or pamphlets about exactly what you just said: hurricane or evacuation routes, preparedness guides, what to do in the event something happens, again with medication, your pets. So we actually have a very extensive and thorough community engagement and outreach programs.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. See, it's the total package, Jeff. It's what other place would you want to live other than a low country with this kind of service? It's awesome. Man.
Again, and Al, if you got a community group and you want somebody from emergency management to speak, send an email to the website.
Okay.
There's a request to speaker section on there where you can just send us an email and fill out just a little bit of information, and somebody will get back to you. But again, the larger group, the better. That way, more people are impacted. But we speak to small groups all the time.
Well, I live in Sun City. That would be. We have the the arenas for you to do that. We can seat over 500 people in the theater, and twice that number in the what is it? I forget the name, Pickney Hall or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it is. And you've got we did a video in the spring for Sun City.
Nice.
So you may want to look to your homeowners association at Sun City and see about.
Yeah, check them out. I'll tap somebody from the TV station there. Maybe they'll rerun it or something, because I think it's appropriate just to brush everybody up, and we're an aged up group out here in Sun City. So, things happen quite fast sometimes with this weather twisting and turning, and people get afraid, and some freeze up, some run. So,
all we can do is make sure they know where to get that information and be prepared.
Right on. Sounds good. Hey, listen, what's happening now? I know on the 16th of August, we're having open carry starts.
Yeah.
I'm sure that everybody's been briefed up and spun up at your place about that. I just hope that doesn't get out of hand, quite frankly, with that. It's a nice right to have, but I don't understand why somebody would get a concealed carry permit and then want to run around like Dodge City. I don't get that. I wouldn't want that kind of attention.
Yeah. It's August 15th that goes into effect. So
yeah.
again, we have a great community here, and people are by and large reasonable. So I would expect you're not going to see a Wild West type scenario here.
That's good. That's good. I think most people that have had the training understand the responsibility that goes with, that strapping that piece of iron on you. So, I mean, God bless. I hope they do. Anyway. Hey, is the sheriff office going to be impacted by the new law targeting slow left lane drivers?
I'm going to have to look into that and get back to you on that, Al.
Yeah. I understand that they're going to, law enforcement is going to start ticketing the slow movers in that left lane, in the fast lane. But, I'm sure a warning would do it.
Traffic enforcement is one of our many functions.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
It.
That's right.
That's right. So, anything else from him?
I don't think so. No, it's I'm actually just looking through the website.
He's mesmerized by that new website.
There's
Liz
more
has
information.
done her magic.
I did want to.
Right. We call that a good hire.
Well, what you said, Major Bob, is this crime to courtroom. I'm just looking over it. This is kind of a refresher for me, and it's very intriguing, honestly. So your average citizen out there that's really not sure how this whole process works, if they get quote locked up, go to the website under public information tab, and you go to, it says Sheriff's Office Newsroom, crime to courtroom, and you can read there. But again, folks, a lot of great information out there, and thanks to you both for being with us tonight. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
As always, we enjoyed it, and I'm glad that Adam could join us and talk about emergency management.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you both for joining us on TalkOne Radio. Till next month, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Be safe, fellas.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
It's always nice to have those guys on. I mean, you don't know what to ask them because you don't want to.
Well, they have an image too.
Well, and if Major Bob says something he doesn't want, that's more of a PIO type of thing. Yeah. I mean, this guy's been in law enforcement a ton of years, so.
And we don't ever want to put him in a precarious situation.
No.
We just appreciate these guys. I mean, it's 8:00 at night on a Wednesday, man.
Right.
These guys they're solid.
Thanks, Beaufort County Sheriff's Office.
PJ Tanner and the whole team, man.
The whole team, absolutely.
And it's good to hear what he said. I mean, they don't seem to be having any straight up asked him funding issues or
right.
Because we see in some of these other municipalities, they're certainly being affected by this. What do you want to call it? This defund the police, right?
Yeah, right. The whole attitude towards
across the nation.
Well, that's what I mean. You got to realize that, there's different levels of experience that are in these patrol cars now. Some are, they all have to be with an FTO for X number. I don't know what the program is there, but, if you get people that always confront authority,
right,
no matter what, they're PO'd because they got stopped, because you stopped their free movement on the planet Earth. But you are legitimately investigating something or responding to someone's complaint. And all you want to do is identify the individual, and that starts the big, the sovereign citizen crap, where I'm traveling, I'm not driving. These people are too much. We had a lot of them in Oklahoma. They were always fun to stop. They had the handwritten license plate. That's a dead giveaway. They would write freedom or something like that. You'd stop them and, what are you doing? I'm traveling. Here we go. Call a supervisor right away. No sense in messing around with this. But all I'm saying is the job has really gotten a lot harder since the progressives took over. And, the respect has gone out of citizens' minds, especially younger people that think that they can challenge anybody for any reason at any time. And then you wonder why there's so many shootings between, young people. in these neighborhoods.
Yeah, there's been
'Cause
quite
so-
a few lately
Yeah,
too.
because somebody gets their pride hurt, and the first thing they do is they reach for the strap, and then they, unleash about 6 or 7 rounds. Unfortunately, hit a kid, shoot an innocent bystander. I mean, and what troubles me about this whole thing is that they just kind of shrug their shoulders when you bring them into court.
Yeah.
And they kind of like, well, that's the breaks, it's like in a war zone. I don't know. All I do know is that a law enforcement job and first responders, whether they be firefighters, EMTs, law enforcement, are doing a great job under a tough situation. So please give them a nod and a wave and a thanks for standing in the breach between good and evil. Because believe me, there's a lot of evil out there. And if it wasn't for the law enforcement community, firefighter, EMTs, paramedics, there'd be a lot of broken people around. So with that, we're going to have to go to break. Once again, thanks to the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office, Major Bob Bromwich and Lieutenant Adam. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show. You're welcome anytime, any way, in any form. I'd like you to come in and take a look at the place sometime too. So with that, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experienced guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat meat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government, corporation, or political party. Now, radio listeners can receive an introductory 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online, or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
The only conservative talk radio where you are more important than the host. TalkOne Radio. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we are back. We're still having some bleed over. I don't know what's the deal is. Software will be software. Sometimes it's happy, sometimes it's not. Just roll with us, folks. Everything will be all right. Hey, eFit Club, Fitness Connected. Change your fitness, change your life. That's what Jay McCoog says. If you want to check out his eFit Club, it's on 278, right where Kroger's is, the old Kroger's, that is. It's on the east side, Belfair Town Village. They have classes, e-gym, cardio, and training. They'll make it right by you. I take my personal training and do my training there. I'm getting more and more fit. Might be ready to take a reserve slot on the PCSO. I never know.
Good.
I got to pass that physical, though, man. I got to jump around.
Hey, keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing great.
That's it. They got cardio, small group classes, strength training. Listen, if you're just starting off at a certain level, like zero, like I did, they'll bring you up through the steps slowly but surely and try not to absolutely crush you. You'll be sore. I'm not going to say you won't be, but it'll be slow enough for you to want to come back and help yourself up a little more. Live a little longer. Change your fitness, change your life. Absolutely. Give Jay a call, 843-707-9771. The Vineyard Assisted Living and Memory Care at 25 Cassidy Drive is holding one of our near and dear ladies of my life, my mother-in-law. She's in residence there with her own apartment. She loves it. It's a brand new facility. People are really friendly there. They're vetted out. They want to be there. That's the key. They have a doctor on site. I mean, they have the whole package as far as I'm concerned. They do a happy hour, I think, once or twice a week. So you can have my mother-in-law can have a couple glasses of wine, watch a movie. It's all good. Call Lindsay at 843-258-4207. That's Vineyard Assisted Living and Memory Care. Hey, they're offering a half off community fee right now if you mention TalkOne Radio. It's a substantial savings for you. So check it out. Here's an organization that near and dear to our heart, Wounded Spirits, presents a biblical approach to dealing with the effects of PTSD and other depressions. They have TBI, anything like that. This is not just for combat veterans. It's for all veterans. It's for all people, actually. The session times are 10 a.m. till noon, located at the Beaufort Town Center Building, 2015 Boundary Street on the 3rd floor, 10 o'clock till noon. The next session is August 7th. That covers anger and irritability. So I think I've got a front row seat for that, I'm sure, with my name on it. Cell phone reservation, please, 703-606-3858. That's the best number to call. 843-379-8696, extension 231. Always free and always confidential, folks. They're there to help you. They will ease your pain. So Wounded Spirits, please take advantage of this. These folks are dedicated Christian people that just want to help you. Make sure you get on over there. It's August 7th at Beaufort Town Center Building, 10 o'clock till noon. Can't ask for a better deal. I'd go. But I got tons of stuff to do. It seems like my days are filling up. How
does that happen?
I got my softball. I'm back. I'm back in softball, baby.
Yeah, that's right. You
Yeah,
were going
Saturday
last time. You were
co-ed,
going out for tryouts, man.
Tryouts. I got
You
drafted.
got past the roster. Yeah,
well,
good.
I got
What-
picked pretty high, if you want to know.
Good. You're on that
No,
first base
I don't know.
line or what?
First base, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got my number, got my hat, got everything.
Excellent.
Got my marching
Congratulations.
orders. You know, it's so much fun to be back around people that are. And this is a fun league. Tuesday, Thursday's a lot more serious. They have the hot dog day on Tuesday.
Good.
You know, so things are a little more serious. They're sliding. You can slide in that.
Oh wow! Watch out!
But I
Here
believe
comes
me,
Big Al.
Nobody. Yeah.
Hey, safe.
I'd end up about 3 feet short. You know, there'd be a burrow.
Yeah.
The biggest
Yeah,
mole
come
you
out
ever
and
saw.
watch you guys play, man.
On Saturdays, come on out. Yeah, absolutely.
Can I get a cold beer over there?
No cold beer.
Cold soda.
Soda,
Water.
yeah, water and soda.
Okay.
We used to sell beer, but then you know, the community association got a little hot.
Yeah.
And they thought that, you know, the liquor board agents would be climbing over the you know, the fence, you know, watching us with long
Have
eyes.
a Pepsi and a hot dog or something, right?
You could bring your own, baby.
Okay,
You could
cool.
bring your own, a little cooler. I mean, plenty of guys.
That guy's been sitting there all afternoon
Yes,
drinking
he's
that Natty
hammered.
Light.
He's hammered.
Schlitz.
Oh, Peels.
PBR.
Yeah,
There we
Peels.
go. Yeah, cool.
So anyway,
so you're practicing a couple times a week? Or
yeah, well, we're going to practice Tuesday, but of course the cats and dogs downpour was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But that flooded everything out. This Saturday we have a scrimmage game, and every Tuesday and Saturday. So
all right, good.
And then we start playing, I think, in September sometime.
So how long does that season last? Does it go through
goes through
Thanksgiving or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
So there's and it's co-ed. It's friendly. Nobody's you know, trying to try out for the Yankees or anything that's stupid like that. Nobody's living their glory days.
You always got that one guy.
Well, there is always one guy.
Right.
Well, I mean, we have some fantastic athletes in Sun City. Let me tell you.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Yeah.
I mean, because they, you know, they're engaged at all levels. You know, they're always doing something: pickleball, tennis, softball. You know, they work out, swim. I mean, we have some real crackerjacks. I'm going to brag on my wife. She's did a mini triathlon with about 6 of her friends. They went up to Hunter, North Carolina, and pulled it off like champions. I mean, you know, swim, run, and bike, or I don't know what the order is, but I mean, they kick some butt. So I mean, you get around those people, lively. You know, you're full of life. You feel alive again, and that's the important thing. You can't.
You gotta be active, man. You gotta be active.
Whether it be with a water, you know, painting, wood shop. I mean, that's the beauty of Sun City. I mean, a lot of people, you know, and I've called it the elephant graveyard, but you know, I do that tongue in cheek because I'm telling you, I don't want too many more people living there because it's such a super secret, great place to live. I mean, there's annoyances with the rules, but
there's plenty to do there. Clubs, activities.
Yeah,
right?
it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
It's good.
And I don't know. I just love living there. I've been there about 13 years now. So it's a hoot. It's a hoot. I mean, we have, you know, Tab on, you know, the resident board of directors member. Anna Marie comes on and, you know, unafraid. I mean, she could walk into a buzzsaw. I mean, if people were brave enough to call this show, 843-800-1492. That's all they have to do. Pick up the phone. Give us a call.
Yeah. Would like to hear from you. If you're around, give us a call.
No, I guess this is in reference to the Cleveland Guardians now. You can't call them the Cleveland Indians anymore.
Oh, my goodness.
This just in on Facebook. The people want to start a petition to rename Progressive Field to Galaxy Stadium. That way they can be the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I was asking family. We were out on vacation. some of them.
Oh,
Because
fun.
I said, come on, really? The freaking Guardians.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll still probably call them the tribe. I'm like, why would they call them the tribe? That's supposedly that ship has sailed, man.
Right. You don't
That's
want to
stupid. Give me a
be
break.
caught with that kind of
This is
tribe.
ridiculous. The
Somebody hears you
Guardians.
say that, you'd be thrown in jail. Hate speech.
It's not
It's
right.
it's funny. I mean, Native Americans didn't have a problem with it at all. I mean, the problem with it is these small-minded progressives.
Forrest Gump said it best. Stupid is, stupid does.
Oh,
right?
Cut like a knife. Cut like a knife. How about this local shark attack, folks? Hey, I got a clue. Don't go in the water. You won't get bitten by a shark.
Well, it was a lifeguard that got bit, right?
Well, yummy. Yummy. They taste better.
Appetizer.
They taste better than the regular
sorry.
people.
He's currently doing okay, according to
Good
the
for
article.
him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
They get a license plate number on that one there.
My
Great
first
white or no?
beach bum try. You're talking about your wife doing the swim bike run. I'm not say fearful of sharks. I'll have to get in and swim if I have to, but I don't like swimming at open ocean, man. I don't know how they do it out there for the Ironman. I'm telling you what, man, they open water, man. That's
right.
deep water too, so you don't know what's lurking. It's even if you have your goggles on, and those that are triathletes out there know that water is pretty dark, and you don't see. The visibility sucks out here on Hilton Head. So anyway, be careful when you're out there in the water. You're in their environment, and so you've got a chance of maybe them taking just a little nip.
Well, I mean,
Little
they're
something.
going to start blaming it on all the surf fishermen. I'm sure that's next. There'll be massive restrictions on them because they're drawing them
Well,
in.
you just have to know you have to know that you're getting into an environment just like when there's a lagoon. There's a chance there might be a gator in there, right?
Right.
So
I know.
use your wits, you know.
Well, I mean, I don't go in there. I go in the swimming pool. I
You'll
like
be
to
walking
go
your doggy, Scooby, by the by the little lagoon.
Don't let them
you know?
off the leash.
Yeah, just be careful. Same thing with snakes, you know. They're out there. You'll run into them occasionally.
Right.
But hey, give them some space. You'll be good.
We had a big king snake in our lanai one time.
Yeah.
He was smarter than the average king snake. I go in there. I got the broom. I'm going to try to, I open the door. I wanted to just kind of like fuss them out because I like king snakes because they eat
beautiful,
everything.
Beautiful.
They eat rats. They eat those little moles.
The
they eat
good kind. Yeah.
Yeah. So he looked at me and took off on his own. He just said, okay, I'm leaving.
Later.
Yeah. I said, all right.
Yeah.
That's why I don't mind. I don't like those little checkered fellas, though. You got to watch out. Get bit by one of those water moccasins or what's the other one? Copperhead or whatever they got around here.
Yeah. Copperheads.
Those little baby ones are the worst because they don't have any control of themselves. They pump out every ounce of venom in you.
Yeah, they're hard to see. I mean, like they just are concealed really well, and you get in a lot of pine straw and the mulchy areas. So be careful out there.
I stay away from all that stuff. That's why I live in a villa, baby.
You know, some people walk a dog, or, if they're out walking a dog or whatever, they're just maybe not paying attention to what Rufus is doing, and that's when things happen. So
it's an unusual day that I take a walk on the grass around my place. It's very unusual.
Not too much for the hike out and about.
No. Why?
Yeah. I'm out quite a bit. And, of course I do walk the dogs and stuff, but I'm usually, I don't know, maybe I didn't show you this the other day. I walked out back and then that gator was doing the mating call. It was cool. I walked right out the back porch, and 30 yards from me was that gator. And he was doing his mating.
Oh, yeah.
Really cool, man. And you can see the water dancing on the top of his back. But, he had his mouth wide open. Yeah. I got it on my phone. It was pretty cool. But it is beautiful here, man. It's wild. I say it's like Wild Kingdom. It's pretty neat.
It is.
Beautiful low country.
Well, I mean, today, after that heat wave, we had
it was nice.
We had a nice couple. We opened up the house. It's beautiful.
Great sleeping weather tonight.
Totally.
Yeah, I won't. I won't complain about that at all.
No, I hope that kid recovers from that shark attack.
Yeah, me too.
Stay out of the water, Jackson.
76 degrees outside right now, as a matter of fact. It looks
It's a
like
beauty, baby.
Yeah.
It's a beauty.
Looks like we got, well, I know we got a ton of rain. How about you over there in Sun City?
Yeah, we do. We get hammered. It's possible rain showers all the way through Saturday now. Different levels. Looks like Friday is 70%. No, Saturday. Yeah, all the way through Saturday now. 60% on Saturday. Sunday's 30. And Monday is a clear day.
Yeah. And the temps start kicking back up just in time. And
oh, yeah. This is the hottest, I think.
Yeah.
Sad news came in from McAllen, Texas, not too long ago. 11 migrants were killed in an automobile, one vehicle crash that one of these coyote idiots, savages, was driving with 21 people, 21 in a box van.
Oh, my goodness.
Wasn't being pursued, so don't blame it on the law enforcement. This guy was just over revving and had a load of people on there, way overloaded. Lost control of the vehicle, hit a tree. 11 people were killed instantly. There's tons of other people that were seriously injured. And I don't want to see that. I don't care how they got there. It's humanity, and that's a sad, sad thing that these people, these coyotes, are coming across. They're not coming across the bridges. They're getting these people on this side of the boundary, packing them in these vans and taking them north. And this is what happens. And on that same note, Biden is, and Jen Psaki are blasting these governors that most of them are Republicans, by the way, that have allowed their constituents the freedom to move about their state and not wear a mask and go about their business, but be smart about it. And now that this Delta variant, what's next? What is next? Okay. What's behind the Delta variant? Something else variant, another different variant will show up, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'll be never ending.
Yeah, it's a never ending saga. So, Joe Biden's blaming this on, just do the right thing, just provide the leadership, and all this other stuff. He mouthing all these criticisms, just like old Ginger herself there, Jen Psaki, is, talking about leadership. What the hell does she know about leadership? She's been grooving on the government till for a long time. She had a cush job with Obama, and now she's got a cush job with Dopey. So,
very true.
She just reads the answers that they formulate in the back room, while they're reading the Communist Manifesto. They're brushing up on their rebellion. But Joe doesn't say anything about all these people coming across the border unabated, while Border Patrol and Homeland Security change diapers and, chase down formula for babies. Telling you folks, we cannot take this kind of stuff. And if you don't think that, I have a soft heart for people. I'm not, they're fleeing from a horrible life, but I wish they would just queue up in the queue where everybody else comes through the same turnstiles. Do we need more turnstiles? Yeah, we got more people coming up here. Why did Joe Biden say they're all welcome when he was campaigning? He doesn't seem to remember all that. Why do these people show up with Joe sent us? Yeah, the Biden shirts. Where are they getting these from, folks? You got to ask yourself some of these questions. When they start coming here, and where are they going to go? Where are they going to be absorbed? Were they going to camp out in a field near you? I mean, is it going to be like, these giant tent cities? And then of course, there's not going to be any kind of rule of law. They're just going to be people trying to survive. They haven't been vetted for COVID. They're not being told they have to have a shot. They say they don't want a shot. They don't get one. And off they go. So you got to think of those things. I mean, I want to help them just as much as anybody else. But listen, the queue starts over there where the turnstiles are. Come through the normal fashion. Do we need to streamline it? Yeah. Do you think maybe Republicans and Democrats could talk to each other instead of trying to shipwreck each other at every turn and try to come up with a streamlined process? I mean, these people are showing up without anything, any identification. None. They could be mass murderers in their home country, and they could say, well, I used to be a milkman. I used to teach kindergarten. Well, where are your credentials? Oh, I left them back there. They burned my house down. I don't have them anymore. So what are you going to do? I mean, how are you going to build these people's lives up from zero? I get to tell the difference between gang members and non-gang members. I mean, besides the tattoos.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what you're getting. This is the deal. I don't think our country can withstand this type of, I don't know where you think that jobs are going to, where are these green jobs Joe Biden was screaming about? All these great union green jobs. Answer me this. Why did he okay this, what is the name of that, Nord 2A pipeline over in Russia?
Yeah.
That completely circumnavigates the Ukraine, by the way. So, Putin can hold, the pistol to the head of the Ukrainian citizens once again. Take a page out of Stalin's book and starve 60 million people to death. How's that? I mean, I think that was worse than what Adolf Hitler did. He starved people to death. I don't know. Joe Biden signs off on that pipeline, no problem, no lickety split. But hey, when it comes to the Keystone pipeline, oh no, can't have that. All stop, engine room, all stop. Bunch of crap. This guy's a fake. And he's pulling the wool over a lot of people's eyes. And he's got a bunch of radical progressives running a show just underneath the ice. You better get tuned up and tuned in, because our country can only take so much. That's all I can tell you. We'll be right back. You're listening to Talk One Radio.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experienced guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat meat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government, corporation, or political party. Now, radio listeners can receive an introductory 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online, or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
The only conservative talk radio where you are more important than the host. TalkOne Radio. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Yeah, there you go. Your president from the great state of Delaware. I love Delaware. It's a nice place. I don't know where that crackpot ever came from, but, you know, he can tell a story, that's for sure. He sold, he didn't campaign at all for president. He just sat in.
No, we're expected to believe that he got 80 million votes.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Hit it.
Come on, man. Get a life.
Get a life.
There's no
I was
way.
just going to say that to you, Mr. President.
There's no way.
Right.
We know. I mean, hey, not my president. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's what
I'm sticking with it, man.
That's what people were
up.
saying all last, when Trump was in power there and he was our president.
I'm getting too old to worry about what other people think about me. Honestly, I live for an audience of one. I'm sorry.
There you go.
No, I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. The reality is fraud vitiates everything. We're going to find out. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Our republic's at stake. This coup, this overthrow. We're talking treason here, folks. This is nothing to sneeze at. This is serious stuff. And this is deep.
Yeah, right.
You know, Trump said he was going to drain the swamp. Unfortunately, he didn't realize he was surrounded by a bunch of Judases.
Well, yeah. Well, Obama left his crew there. He told them keep your mouth shut.
We're getting ready to bring on
lay low.
One of the, if you haven't been following this, but he did some good interviews. But General Michael Flynn's going to be joining us on the 17th.
Yeah, awesome.
There's the man that knows it all. They came right after him. Comey and staff, they didn't waste any time. He was the first one to fall.
Well, they kept badgering him until they could catch him on some obscure malarkey.
The template has not changed, folks.
Right. Yeah, that's how they do you.
These 3-letter agencies are corrupt as all get out. And as I've said before, it's a shame. We've got a 2-tier justice system. You were talking about it when I snuck in the door this evening.
Right.
This, these Italian boom bots family, the ones at CNN, the other ones
Sure.
up there, the governor of New York's, state.
Sure.
Why is it these folks like Hillary Rodham Clinton and all these others, they just, they just kind of skate. Have you noticed that?
They kind of just float around. You never really can catch them. It's like the elusive butterfly that you can never grab.
It's been going on for so long, right?
Yeah.
Benghazi.
Right.
What difference at this point does it make?
Listen to the tone of her voice.
Yeah,
she's talking about 4 people that were murdered by these radical militant Muslims.
Let's look at that mold. Go ahead and play that one.
What difference at this point does it make?
I mean,
untouchable is what I'm arrogant, above the law.
Right.
That's what I hear. How about you?
Oh yeah. You
don't tell me what to do.
Exactly.
I tell you what to do.
She's had enough of your questions.
Yeah, I've had enough of your line of questioning, and I don't like it. How dare you?
Right.
Fast and Furious, Lois Lerner. I can go on and on. By the way, but the template's always the same.
Yeah.
I mean, if we just turn back the clocks from January 6th and go back to this Gretchen Whitmer plot, 12 of the 18 folks involved in this.
Guess who they were employed by?
Dun, da, da, da. Federal
Bureau
of
Investigation.
There you go. So
they were cheerleading this whole thing on.
And I think that's probably one of the things that concerns me when you start looking at a tyrannical police state. Let's just listen to me for a second. Let's say that the election was rigged. Okay, I like to use the president's term. It was rigged. How do we rig this? How do we unwind it, so to speak? Because we've got to get to the point where if your vote, my vote, it doesn't really count. The Republic, it's a selection, not an election. We're going to have another election, and we've never crossed this before. I mean, we're opening up a Pandora's box here, folks. We are. There's no doubt about it. We're told one thing that is the truth,
right?
But when we find out and we investigate, it's actually 180 degrees out of whack.
Yeah.
It just, none of it. I'm telling you what, it can really weigh on you. The same thing is true with this whole pandemic thing. You said it yourself earlier. We were talking about therapeutics and stuff, man. Boy, early on, remember? Oh no, the Lancet, no HCQ, no. It's been used, for over 50 years, and it's proven effective, safe and effective.
Well,
but now all of a sudden you can't use it.
They were threatening
how many
pharmacists and
PCR
doctors.
tests. Here's another thing. This PCR test was already created by Carrie Mullis, who said shouldn't be used in that aspect. Cycle threshold was so high. The all these these tables and so forth that they were showing that X amount of people were going to die as a result of this pandemic. Here we later learned that the patents were already created. Dr. David Smith, well, you saw that video, and we're talking about the Wuhan Institute of Virology. How how close do you have to be? It's the Wuhan virus. It's the Wuhan flu. Peter Daszak and Eco Health Alliance and the funding, NIAID, all this stuff. You start connecting the dots. You look behind the curtain and you're just like, really? Oh, there's more to this. You just can't take it at face value. I'm telling you, it's just absolutely bizarre. Bizarro world is what we're at. Right. But we've got to get to the bottom of it because this country is worth defending. There are forces at work. There's evil going on here. And unfortunately, there's treasonous behavior going on. And we've talked about this before, whether they have an R or a D behind their name, they're just as guilty. It's foreign and domestic. Listen, anyone that hears my voice today, you've raised your hand, you've said an oath, you said you swore to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies,
right,
foreign and domestic. Folks, it's happening. We've seen it, and it's been a long time coming. But the Chinese Communist Party, the PLA, they are at war with us. You may not hear about it. It may not be kinetic, but it's psychological. It's they're using the monetary policy, the trade, this pandemic or plandemic. It's all about trying to shut us down. We're the last, the city on the hill, man. That's it. They're trying to shut us down. So hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's the truth. We are in a war, and just because it's not kinetic, it's happening. And a lot of this has to deal with a psychological toll that it's taking. Look at across, it's easy to divide a nation. Who would have ever thought that would be divided on mask versus no mask? Vax versus no vax.
Right.
Who would have thought that? If 10 years ago, if I would say, hey, in the year 2020, we're going to be talking about, did you get vaccinated or not? And we're talking about a tyranny. Oh, we should be forcing corporations to make sure that they're, pushing these mandatory vaccinations,
Right.
or being censored on YouTube or Facebook for liking the flag, being patriotic.
Right. Are
we in
You're
America?
an extremist if you do that.
Or talking about alternative therapies for a particular virus.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Remember when it was just a flu shot, folks?
Yeah.
And everybody, did you get your flu shot? Nah, I didn't get mine. I don't get the flu shot. And everybody went on with their life.
Oh, those are approved though. These are unapproved.
Oh, that's right. These are experimental.
These
still
are experimental.
Operating under emergency order.
Yeah. So that's okay.
We don't even know what's going to happen.
We'll rush to get them approved.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Big deal. Stamp. They're approved. See that? Look, it's right there in red. Approved. See? Ask Dr. Fauci. I listened to a short video of him today that listed all of his walk back, all of it. And it made me sick. I mean, he was, from where the virus originated.
Oh, it was about the pandemic, his walk backs during that. Yeah. I'd like to see that.
Masking, the whole bit. I mean, it was, so I'm just thinking to myself, just an average citizen that I am, I wouldn't listen to this guy. I wouldn't buy a used vehicle from him, let alone buy this story about how things are going to get worse. Of course, he's going to say this. Look, this guy is an attention whore.
Yeah.
He can't get enough press. He can't be photographed in Vanity magazine enough. This guy is going to be on the cover of GQ before you know it. And he'll be, flying around. He'll be driving Air Force One before you know it. He'll be, I need the airplane. Okay. All right. No problem. Dr. Fauci. It's crazy. Now what else is crazy is the fact that we've lost 4 police officers from the Capitol Police that was involved in the January 6th, I'll just say, protest.
Well, that's not the only thing is here. We've got several people that are in lockup 23 hours a day.
Oh yeah, right. Well, I mean,
so we're both sides here. Whether it's law enforcement, what's being done to the American people, whether you're a law enforcement officer,
right,
or if you were just casually walking through with the museum walk, come on in, just don't bother anything, right?
Yeah,
don't hurt anything.
Don't
touch anything. What a disgrace.
Yeah.
On both sides. And then this mockery of committee investigation, Pelosi and company. Give me a break, man.
Well, see, and then this ties in with what I was saying earlier in the show about why the Capitol Police somehow are now setting up shop in Tampa Bay, Miami, Dallas, Chicago, LA. And they're using high-tech surveillance gear that the military uses to listen in on electronics. Now, I don't have to tell you what electronics they're listening to or scraping from. It's those little square things that you carry in your pocket. So, and they're going to use that to supposedly keep us safe, just like, TSA keeps us safe by making 85-year-old people take off their shoes and hop out of their...
no more Richard Reed, shoe bomber.
Right.
Give me a break, man.
I mean, we're still doing that. We haven't even adjusted that.
Antiquated system from 20 years ago.
Right. And, we get... so you will have to ask yourself, why are these police officers taking their own lives? Number one. Number two, why is Pelosi moving these local police department, the Capitol Police, who's under Pelosi to other cities, and why are they using this high-tech electronic gear that they gathered from the military? I mean, if that doesn't bother you, then go on with your life, with the blinders firmly on, and keep your shades on at night, because,
Right.
before you know it, you're going to be eating whatever they tell you to eat, driving wherever they tell you to drive, and you'll be out there, picking produce and wonder what happened to your country. These people are to me, very dangerous. Why is she doing this stuff?
They're wicked, man.
Why is she doing this? Why do the Capitol Police has to have a substation in Tampa, Florida as a listening post? Come on.
Those are the types of questions you start to go, this doesn't make any sense, man.
Right.
Who the hell are they up to?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I saw an article here. Where did I put it? The coroner about the Ashley Babbitt thing we've talked about before.
Right.
Calls to cremate the body within like 2 days after they receive it. That seems strange, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Evidence. The more you look into this stuff, man, it's like crazy weird. I mean,
well, it's stuff that movies used to be made of.
That's a good point. It's like, this would make for a good thriller, but no, it's happening before. That's why I said the cognitive dissonance comes in.
Right.
People don't want to believe it. They're like, no, you're telling me this whole Wuhan flu was actually manufactured, that we actually helped pay for and patented, and these vaccines and everything to make a lot of money for these pharmaceutical manufacturers, and it's a bioweapon.
Right.
But we're actually in bed with the CCP. Is that what you're trying to tell me? And some of our politicians are bought off from the, yeah. Oh, and Hunter Biden. Yeah. Don't worry about him. We've got a laptop with all the evidence. The FBI's, bought and paid for it too. And they can't be trusted, but hey, just go watch Netflix, don't worry about it. Watch a movie, watch basketball or sports. Yeah, don't worry about those Cleveland Guardians. Go watch them, go sit in there and eat and drink and be happy and everything. And we got everything to take care of it. Oh yeah, make sure, donate to my campaign, vote for me next time, election cycle. Don't worry about the vote. It's not an election, it's a selection. It's all squared away. And like you said, soup lines are coming. We're going to crush the economy. You're going to rely more on big government. The state's going to take care of everything. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
It's like the Soviet Union. You get used to it, folks.
Yep.
Everything will be painted gray by then.
Yeah. So that's the way we're headed. I mean, it certainly seems like they're starting to corral us into that thing.
Yeah. Brush up on your Mandarin Chinese too while you're at it.
Yep. So I guess my question for those that are listening is this republic still worth defending? It is. And it's going to get to that point where people look at what they were doing to Australia, man. Black helicopters circling where they're, coming in to tell people that they're going to have to take the jab. Is that what's going to Oh, yeah. You haven't seen it. And then they shut down the grid in Pakistan.
Yeah.
SIM cards, no more. So what are they going to do? They're going to be doing a electronic emergency broadcast test coming up here in a few days. Did you know about that?
No.
So the question, again, that I have is, what are you going to do about it? If not you, then who? Okay? I refuse to live my life in fear. You got one chance, one shot. And whether you believe it or not, you are going to be held accountable. It's how you treat others, what you've done in your lifetime. I didn't make this up. I didn't create my lifespan. I didn't, Al. But you are going to be held accountable. We have God-given rights and privileges. And we live in the greatest republic in the history of civilization.
On the planet Earth.
And certainly on the planet. We fall. It's all done, folks. Am I saying that we need to take to the streets with our shotguns and our pitchforks or whatever? No. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he was the way, and able to do it successfully, to press for change. So if you've taken the oath and you said, hey, yeah, I'm all in. I'm going to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. It's still applicable.
Right.
You said it once. I don't think it ever expires.
The oath still stands.
It still stands today. What are you going to do about it? Look at yourself in the mirror and you figure out what you're going to do about it. Don't bitch and whine and complain about it. Do something about it. Get involved, stand up, say grow a pair, get a backbone, and do something.
Right. Before we leave, I want to do this story. That was well said, by the way. 17 arrested in undercover child predator operation down in Florida, including 3 Disney employees.
I read that earlier. My goodness.
Folks, if you don't think that sex trafficking is a real thing in this country, it happens daily. This arrest made the news because of the number of arrested, but they do this under 10 all the time. These savages go after these kids. One of the male suspects here was working towards a dive team or SEAL team of some kind of special ops job. They did a background check on him, and he had friends and affiliates that were gang members, and they tossed him out. Another one noted that the male suspect, now this knew he was HIV positive, but due to the 1996 Health Insurance HIPAA Act, he couldn't identify the person. And here's what the detective said. Did you hear what I'm telling you? He's HIV positive. He showed up to have unprotected sex with what he thought was a child, a little girl. Fortunately, our detectives were there instead of the 13-year-old child. These are the savages, I'm telling you, that operate and move around us freely in this country.
Predators.
Yeah. And they are sent to jail and released by these magistrates and these defense attorneys that flick them out of jail just as fast as they went in. And then they disappear into the camouflage and landscape of our great country, only to seek out more and more kids to violate. I mean, it's a sick deal. I'm sick of it. I'm completely.
Well, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
It's really sad. So there you go. Disney, they're so wide awake, they can't stand it. I'm awake, and so is Jeff. We are not woke. Let's get that straight. We are awake. And
that's right, man.
And we're not going to stand for it. We're not standing for any more of this un-American. I'm not going to sit on my hands and be polite and not say anything anymore when I hear some of these people popping off.
That's right.
I used to just shut up and just say, well, there's no sense in getting into it with them. Well, now I'm done with that. I'm going to make a point.
Good.
And I'm going to just challenge him immediately. And that's the way it is. If you don't like it, too bad. Defriend me, unfriend me, unflock me, whatever you untwitter me or what.
Speaking of the social media, I wanted to give a plug for myself. My wife and I have been working on this for a while. I've been using Melon. I finally got everything set up this afternoon. I don't know if it's going to be Tuesdays or Thursdays yet, but I tried it on Rumble. So Engage the Right has a Rumble stream, and I was able to use Melon, everything, and tested it out today, the video intro. It's going to look really sweet. My goal is to start having a Tuesday or Thursday broadcast of about an hour, 7 or 8 o'clock at night. I'm not sure yet. Folks, once I get it, I'll be making sure that everyone is aware of it. We'll be doing a deeper dive into some of these things that we discuss here on the show. Talk show, we keep things moving.
Right.
But what we want to do is keep you up what's happening here in South Carolina and across our country, how you can be active in local politics. That'll be on EngageTheRight.com, and we'll be broadcasting live streaming through Rumble, maybe YouTube, but at least Rumble.
How did you get that through Rumble?
Yeah, it's a subscription. You have to pay for it, and then you got to go through step it. But I did 3 different tests today, and I'm telling you what, I'm really impressed. You might even want to say, again, my concern is I talk about topics where people go, oh, we're going to watch this guy. And so I'm easily targeted.
Yeah.
I haven't really put much on YouTube for Engage the Right. So Rumble's a good one. I haven't tried Getter and some of these other ones, Clout Hub.
Getter's not.
I'm not gonna. It's like what was it, Parler? Parler was, and then it went away, and I never got back on Parler. But keep an eye on that. I know Big Al's going to be stepping away for a few days, So Zapper is going to try to run the controls, and Big Brad Storm will be back here. You'll be here on Friday. Right?
Yeah, I'll be back by Friday afternoon.
Yep. So looking forward to seeing you get a couple days of rest. You and Linda, that should be good.
That'd be nice just to get.
Yeah.
Going to go down to a dude ranch in Florida.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to wear cowboy hats.
Yeah.
Next time.
I'll wear one Friday, maybe.
There you go.
All right. Listen, folks, I want to thank Major Bob Bromwich, Lieutenant Adam from the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office for joining us today. The hurricane number, if you want information, and I guess it's all different. You can press 1 if you want the latest on the hurricane. Press 2 if you want, whatever. Dial 1-833-254-6400. That's a recorded message. It's updated all the time, 24/7. So it'll give you the latest and the greatest information. And by all means, visit the new Beaufort County Sheriff's Office webpage. What is it?
Beaufort. So it's BC, like Beaufort County, SO, Beaufort County Sheriff's Office, bcso.net. That is the web address.
There you go. And coming up on Friday, we got Melinda Griffin and Ray Rodriguez from Strike Team.
They're coming in the studio?
We'll be on our show on Friday.
Okay.
They're going to talk about their National 22 Challenge. I don't know if they're coming in the studio.
Okay. Maybe dial in.
They're welcome either way. Great bunch of people in Savannah, saving veterans' lives.
Good.
So we're looking forward to having them. Thanks for joining us. They'll be in studio, by the way. So we're happy about that.
Oh, cool. All right.
Listen, folks, thanks a lot for listening tonight. It's always a pleasure. We just want to be a platform that connects everybody, that we don't care what kind of point of view you take. Ours is we love God and country.
Amen.
And that's it. And we're solid citizens. We mean no harm to anyone. What we want to do is keep our values and our moral compass, everything in one package here in this country. We don't want to tear anything down. We want to try to reach out, but it doesn't seem like the progressive left has any, they have no interest in meeting us halfway, but we're still going to maintain that we're here for those that want to come in and give us a call and try to mend some fences and have a dialogue and talk and learn about each other's point of view. That's what we're all about, folks. We're not about just over here ranting and raving about conservative values. We're here about the stuff that should concern every American, every proud American. Look, we're not all 20 years old. We've all come through the battle, right?
Amen.
Of America growing up, enjoying the spoils of your hard work. I mean, it's not like everybody grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth. I mean, everybody worked hard, black, white, brown, yellow, green, doesn't matter. If you put in a day's work, you're working hard towards your goal. And that's what we stand on. Not the color of your skin, the content of your character. We'll see you on Friday.
See you then.
Thanks for joining us. Be kind to each other.
As the day sets on another slice of heaven, we hope you've enjoyed the show. We look forward to you joining us again on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. live. We're never far away. Just call 843-800-1492 during the show and visit our website at www.talkoneradio.com to share your comments. We'll be back sooner than you know, so tell your friends and family to find their voice on the Low Country's finest talk radio show, Talk One Radio.